for the fun stuff. This is the new carbide cutting edge carbide tipped blade from Diablo. We've seen it cut wood and nails in wood, and now let's just see what it does with this 3/4 inch steel. So that did pretty well. Let's take a look at this here. And I don't see any damage to any of the teeth anywhere, no chipping yet. And it seemed to cut through it pretty good. That felt really good and solid. Seemed like it cut through a little bit faster than the bimetal blades, actually. So we'll try the next one. Since we're starting to get to a little thicker piece of steel, I'm going to go ahead and switch this around so we can keep everything fair and even. Now again, we're going to be doing tool steel, high-grade tool steel. We already cut this softer steel with the blade already, 3/4 inch right here. This is going to be your higher grade tool steel, 54 to 58 Rockwell hardness scale. So far, these have cut this steel, but they are pretty much trash by the time they're done because the teeth are just about filed off of there. So that definitely cut it the fastest by far. I'm starting to look for any damage, and we can see, let's see if I can get something to look at and poke with here. We can begin to see a chip and a fairly significant chip off of that right there and there. So now as we start moving into these harder alloys, we're going to really start seeing these things take abuse, and that's what I was afraid of. With the carbide, is it actually chipping out of there? But at what point it fails, we don't know. But that definitely cut that hard steel faster than anything else, by far. And here we go again, our Diablo carbide tipped metal cutting. So it's extra thick, extra heavy duty, 54 to 62 on the Rockwell hardness scale. Let's see if it does it without chipping any teeth. That's what's going to be the main factor now, is if the teeth chip. Alright, wow, that is impressive. That is really, really cool. This stuff, you can see how it just absolutely destroyed all these other blades. I mean, just made a mess out of them. Where's my Leatherman here? Or my Gerber tool? Let's see. And we're beginning to see some teeth starting to fail. So the carbide's getting jerked out of these. I would assume these two here do not have any carbide left on them. But look at all the stuff we cut. I mean, this is still the same blade that we cut. Wood with nails, 3/4 inch steel, our tool, chrome vandalum, wrench, cut through that, and just now it's starting to break down. So that's pretty impressive to me. We'll keep going with this thing to see what it can really do here. Okay, so we got a file here. I just want to see if this thing can do anything. was really cool. We're able to use the outer teeth here. I mean, this blade is completely trashed now. You can see it's blue. And most all the carbide has been broken and chipped off of there. But it did cut it. I mean, this is a super hard piece of steel. This is a piece of steel that's designed to file, you know, regular steel. So I don't know exactly what it would be on the Rockwell hardness scale rating. It'd probably be at the higher end of a tool steel. So I'm guessing it would be in that 58, maybe even pushing 60 range for the Rockwell hardness scale test. But that's pretty cool. That's a bad blade. That's a bad blade to cut through that. This stuff would just be completely toast and trashed long ago. I mean, this blade is trash, but it did cut through before it got trashed. Not to mention, this is the blade that we've been using the entire time. We've cut steel, mild steel, hard steel. We've been cutting wrenches, 3/4 inch steel, square, solid, drill bits, all kinds of stuff. So I am super impressed with these. Even though this one is gone now, it sure has done a whole lot before we were actually able to destroy it. Okay, so we're going to do some spring steel. Common leaf spring steel is going to be in that 58 to 62 Rockwell hardness scale rating. We did get a new blade for this one, and I'm actually going to put some lubrication on here because we've already seen that it'll cut. These things will cut just about anything. I just kind of want to try it how I would do it with a little bit of lubrication and actually see if we can get this to last quite a bit longer here and not just completely get smoked. So what I want to do is put some of this cut it paste on here and smear it around, and then I'll have some of that to continue to put on it as we go forward. This. Try and get some of this up in here. Get it back on the blade itself. It's kind of hot for it to stick, but that is what is nice about this stuff, is it does kind of stick to it to a certain degree. Okay, so very cool stuff. It's a little hard to tell if we had some chipping just because of the lubrication to put on there. It's kind of gumming things up to see, but it looks like one, two, three, nope, just one, two. It looks like we had 2 teeth chip cutting through this leaf spring steel. That's great. I mean, any of these other, you know, regular steel blades are just going to completely get toasted doing something like that. Let me just do a quick little comparison here. Dump that out. And if you just get one of these regular old run-of-the-mill blades here, and this is the exact same blade as these thicker ones. It's just thinner. That's all. I can dip this in some glue as well. all the teeth are gone. Gone, gone, gone. So, and you get that far. The other one, cut all the way through right away. So that's the difference. It wouldn't have made any difference if it was a thicker. All it is extra steel up here. There's absolutely no difference when it just it makes it so you don't jam the blade as much. That's about all. Alright, just for the sake of not wasting blades here, hopefully this little guy will cut through that. Looks like it should. But this is going to be our small, teeny tiny, but it's going to be the Diablo Carbide cutting edge blade. So that definitely will cut it. And it looks like most of our carbide is still intact as well. Alright, so now we've got our carbide tipped blade on here. And this is, cutting this is cutting cast iron in the utmost of ideal conditions, to be perfectly honest. Normally you're not going to have a lubricant like this, or whoever's using it probably isn't going to be taking the time to do so. Stay in there. You can see that just burned through that a whole lot faster. Way faster. And this is that same blade we were using before, and there's a broken tooth or two, but it's going to at least get you through, and it's going to get you through way faster than just your regular bimetal blades.